A nuclear-powered enemy of the United States could have bought off the vice president? Where the hell are you? Again, remember what I'm setting up for you, folks. I can't tell you this enough. You have to follow the contour of today's show. This is what they're hiding. They all knew about this. So now we know that Hunter Biden is alleged to have been storing child pornography on his laptop, and family members knew about it. That's the key line of that Washington Examiner article. That's the takeaway. This was not hidden. People knew and chose to engage Democrat higher-ups and the former vice president himself. That it was his kid is irrelevant. They chose to engage in business transactions with a guy alleged to have child pornography on his computer, and the allegations that they all knew about it. You may be saying there's no way this case can possibly get worse, the Biden crime family fiasco. Oh no, it does. Early this morning, John Roberts, Fox News, he does the journalism stuff over there. He's not an opinion guy. Put out a statement received from a Tony Bobulinski, who is a former Navy lieutenant who was a business partner of the Biden crime family at one point. This Lieutenant Tony put out a statement. We're moving on from the child pornography. You may be, that's not it. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. It gets worse. The case continues to degenerate. We're moving on from the child pornography component now to just massive international pay-for-play corruption. Let's see this statement. This was on John Roberts' Twitter feed. This guy who was a business partner, this Tony Bobulinski, and the former Navy lieutenant, by the way, says, hey, the reference in the email is in fact a reference to Joe Biden, the big guy. The other JB is Jim Biden, Joe's brother. Wow, a lot of Bidens involved in this operation, Joe. It goes on. Hunter Biden called his dad the big guy and, quote, my chairman, and frequently referenced asking for him to sign off on advice on various deals they were discussing. This guy's a partner. He says, I've seen Biden, VP Biden, saying he never talked to Hunter about his business. I've seen firsthand that that's not true because it wasn't just Hunter's business. They said they were putting the Biden family name and its legacy on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, this statement gets worse. Keep this up. I saw you going for that. Keep that trigger finger there. Eh? I realized the Chinese were not really focused on a healthy financial ROI, return on investment. They were looking at this as a political or influence investment. Oh, really? This is, again, the statement from Bobulinski. Once I realized that Hunter wanted to use the company as his personal piggy bank by just taking money out of it as soon as it came from the Chinese, I took steps to prevent that from happening. The Ron Johnson, the senator, the U.S. senator from Wisconsin, who's all over this, I got video of him later. The Johnson report connected some dots in a way that shocked me. Come back to me. There's another part to this. So just to be crystal clear, after they found, Rudy Giuliani claims they found child pornography on Hunter's computer. One of Hunter's, and the family knew about it, one of Hunter's business partners now came forward and said, not only was Joe Biden actively involved in these, what appear to be pay-for-play schemes, not only was Joe Biden involved, that they put their family name on it, and that Biden was actively involved, and that the Chinese knew Biden was actively involved, and didn't consider this a return on investment. They considered a political influence operation. Hello, McFly. Hello, media people. Do we need a bullhorn? Let me get my coffee cup. Hello, media people. Anyone? ABC, George Snuffleupagus, Brian Costanza, Stelter, Andrea Mitchell, anyone? A Navy lieutenant who was a business partner is saying that the former vice president, now running for president, could have been involved in a Chinese influence operation and had a seat at the table? What the hell is going on? Where is this? Where is this story? What are you missing? I haven't even got to the cover up yet. What else do you need? This is not an anonymous source. This is a decorated Navy lieutenant who shockingly partnered up with these guys, realized there was a problem. They were using China as a, quote, piggy bank. The Chinese knew it was a political influence operation and that the former vice president had a seat at the damn table. Where are you guys in the media? You are now complicit in the biggest scandal in modern American history. I would argue even bigger than Spygate. A nuclear-powered enemy of the United States could have bought off the vice president? Where the hell are you? There's a second part to Lieutenant Bobolinsky's statement. Forgive me if I'm saying his name wrong. You know I'm terrible with names. But with a name like Bongino, or everybody call it Bongino, whatever, you got to give me a pass on it. It's not intentional. Here's part two of the statement. He said he'd asked the Biden family to address the American people and outline the facts so I can go back to being irrelevant. This is the lieutenant's statement. And so I'm not put in a position to have to answer those questions for them. Sounds like he's willing to go under oath, folks, doesn't it? He says, I don't have a political axe to grind. I just saw behind the Biden curtain and I grew concerned with what I saw. The Biden family aggressively leveraged the Biden family name to make millions of dollars from foreign entities, even though some were from communist-controlled China. God bless America, he ends his statement. I can't believe this. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, cannot believe what is going on, that we are days from we're not days, the election's happening right now. We're not days from, I already voted, so did my wife, so did my mother-in-law. The election's over for us. We're not days from anything. We're in an election right now, and we have a candidate in the Democrat side who could win, who is a clear and present danger to the United States, who could be a significant, the biggest national security risk to ever walk in the White House, because there are unquestionably at this point mounds of bribery material the Chinese potentially have on him and possibly members of his family, according to statements on the record by non-anonymous sources. They're not anonymous. They're putting their names to this and saying, I'll testify, I'll tell my story. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I cannot believe this is happening. You are about to vote in an active national security threat to the United States. That a nuclear-powered entity, the biggest national security threat of our time, since the collapse of the Soviet Union, the Chinese Communist Party, according to this guy, was in business with the former vice president and his son, who's alleged to have child pornography on his computer, and who apparently know they were engaged, the Chinese were engaged in a political influence operation with them. By the way, where was the FBI with this? By the way, I'm done covering for the FBI. To the agents who listen, thank you. I get a lot of your emails. I understand your position. I mean it. Folks, you don't get to see the back end of my show as much as I wish. I can't put out people's emails. It would be inappropriate. They send me emails in confidence. I get emails from a lot of FBI agents absolutely disgusted. That's why I don't use blanket stereotypes like the FBI is terrible. I'm not going to do it. You want to do it, go right ahead. I'm just telling you, I see the back end of my show. Having said that, the entire management of the FBI, if you're involved in this, has to be just completely terminated, fired, goodbye. They've got to go. The FBI cannot be trusted anymore. Where is the FBI on this? Where? The FBI had this computer. You might have known about an active national security threat to the United States while you investigated a fake one. Donald Trump, who was an alleged Russian traitor based on a PP hoax you knew was a hoax. You wasted 4 years investigating a PP hoax while this was going on. You let the president be impeached for asking questions about this in Ukraine. Now you see why the president might have been curious. Oh, that'll make sense later. How they were just waiting to strike the minute the president started asking questions about an active national security threat, the former vice president of the United States selling us out overseas and here. Now you'll see why they were so paranoid and had to impeach him. Where was the FBI during the impeachment? Where were you guys? Where were you? You took an oath. I took the same oath. The difference is I honored mine. Again, thank you to the agents who've reached out. You know who you are. And to my whistleblower agent, that's how I got this Spygate stuff and wrote about Hunter Biden and Ukraine in my first book on this topic 4 years ago. But to the others who did nothing, you've disgraced yourself and the badge. You should resign or be fired immediately. You've disgraced the country, the badge, and everything else. Christopher Wray is an embarrassment, a disgrace of epic proportions, the current FBI director. You knew about this, and you let the president be impeached anyway. Fool. You are a fool and an embarrassment and a shame and a stain on this country. I mean, every single word of that.
You just heard Dan Bongino.